Welcome back to my channel. Today I will show you how to prepare a fabulous, very tasty, a very delicious whole chicken. For those who are intimidated by a big fat turkey for Thanksgiving, you can go ahead and grab your whole chicken. Your guests would definitely enjoy it. All right, so I will be using this organic chicken. This is my preference when it comes to chicken, but it doesn't have to be organic, guys. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and clean it with fresh limes. We have some vinegar, white vinegar, and we also have some salt. If you don't know how to clean your chicken, I'm going to have a link on the description box where I show how to clean the chicken. Although it's pieces of chicken, but you still wash and clean it the same way. All right, so I'll be back once our chicken is nice and clean. All right, our chicken is nice and clean. Just make sure you remove the extra skin that's on the top. Also remove all of the fat that's in this area, the extra skin, and there's like this little tail thing that's right here. You cut that off, and whatever nasty stuff that's inside the chicken, just pull everything out. All right, guys. We're gonna go ahead and make our season. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna squeeze some lime juice in here like this. Just a little bit more. So we'll say a half a lime. And now I'm going to use some of my Haitian Epis. If you don't know how to make Epis, I'll go ahead and put the link on the bottom. So I'm going to use maybe about this much, a little bit more. And my Epis has a lot of flavor, so this is why I'm not going to use too much seasoning. We want everything to be nice and balanced, okay? So I'm going to also use some thyme, but we're going to take some of the leaf from the thyme and put it in here like that. And the rest of the thyme, I'm going to use it inside of the chicken, okay? That's perfect. And we're going to use some salt. And the salt is to taste. And this is kosher salt that I'm using. So that should be, let's put a little bit more. Because this chicken is about 4.5 pounds. So that's fine. And also, we're going to use some roasted garlic. Let me just go ahead and use this spoon. Okay. I like garlic. That should be enough. I don't want too much because our Epis has fresh garlic in there as well. I'm going to use some paprika. I'm going to use some of that paprika in like this. And we're going to also use some black pepper. With the fresh black pepper, I'm just going to go ahead and put it on our chicken, inside the chicken, and on the back of the chicken, okay? And one more thing, I'm going to use some of my Haitian hot sauce. I'm just going to use a little bit because we don't want it too spicy. And this is going to add, oh, smell it, guys. It's going to be very delicious. So we're going to go ahead and stir our seasoning. And basically you're making like this paste, like, it smells nice. And in my Epis, I already have fresh parsley in there. So then you want to give it a taste. And if it has enough salt, I'm going to give it a taste. See what it tastes like. That's fabulous, guys. Wow. Fabulous. So what you want to do, and I'm not poking my chicken. I'm not adding any slits to it. You're going to just take your season and just put it all over your chicken, guys. Front and back. Move this out the way. You could use a glove or your hands. I have no issues with using my hands as long as your hands are clean. And you want to rub your seasoning all over your chicken, and the inside, the outside. And I forgot to mention, inside your chickens, you're going to find different parts of the chicken. This is the neck part. This I do not toss out. There's gizzards. There's liver as well. I toss those out. But you could keep them and just season them and just let everything bake together. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn my chicken over. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. And then make sure all the wings has seasoning on it, guys. This chicken is going to be so tasty and fabulous. Your guests will definitely enjoy this for Thanksgiving. All right, I had to switch out our pan because the pan was a little too small. Just wanted to show you our chicken. So, guys, it is nice and seasoned in and out. It's beautiful, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and allow this to marinate for about, I would say 3 hours. Just make sure all of the season penetrates our meat. And if you're not going to cook it the same day, the next day, of course, will be much better. All right, so let's let this marinate, then I'll come back and show you what else I do before I put it in the oven. All right, guys, our chicken has been marinating for a few hours now. My oven is preheating at 350. So what I will do is just add some onion. I'm going to also add this lemon, and we're going to use some fresh thyme. Okay, like that. My oven is ready. So what I'm going to do is we're not going to cover it. You can cover it and allow it to cook halfway through and then uncover it for the rest, but I would just go ahead and put it in just like this. But towards the middle, I'm going to go ahead and base it. You know, every now and then I'll base it, and I'll come back and show you what I base it with. All right. As you can see, our chicken is looking fabulous. You're going to use the same liquid, and you're going to base it. Okay? The house smells amazing. Okay, make sure you cover every part of the chicken. This is going to help it to remain nice and moist. I just want to show you, see how it is still moist. All right, this is why you don't want to poke holes into it, so you can retain some of the juices inside of the breast. Okay, all right, so we're going to close this back up and allow it to cook, and then I'll come back. All right, what I did was I removed some of the liquid from our chicken, and if you notice, there's some oil that's coming from our skin. So I want to make a sauce, but we do not want all of this oil. So we're going to go ahead and just remove. Make sure you're just grabbing the oil. Okay, we're going to remove the oil, the majority. This is called skimming. See, removing all of the oil. You take it from the top, very nice and slow and easy, like this. See? And once I get all of the majority of the oil out, I'm gonna go ahead and just make a little sauce. I mean, you can make this sauce without even putting it back on the stove. Very simple. I'll come back and show you that. All right. As you can see, we removed the majority of the oil. Here's the oil that we removed. So now we're going to create a fabulous sauce. So to our pan, instead of adding more oil, I'm just going to take just a little bit of this oil, because we do need just a little bit, like this. Okay. So we can fry our tomato paste. And I'm not using a lot of tomato paste. And we're just gonna allow this tomato paste just to cook inside of this oil. And then once it cooks, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. All right, guys, as you can see, this has been cooking for a few minutes. You do not want to burn it. And now I'm going to use some of our liquid. And that's the liquid that was in our pan. Our chicken is about done. I'm going to go ahead and turn the oven off. I'm going to add the rest of the liquid. And I'm not making that much sauce. I just used half of whatever that was in the pan. Okay. I'm going to just add just a little bit of water to it. It's nice and tasty. So you're going to use some warm water from your faucet like that. I'm gonna turn my stove. I did start off with a high, and I'm turning it down to a 4, so we can give it a nice, let it simmer just for a little bit. Then you're gonna add some fresh thyme in there, and I'm gonna add some fresh parsley, and then we're gonna add a Scotch bonnet in there. Okay, and we're gonna allow this to cook just for about a minute or so. Okay, it's been simmering for about a few minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and add our onion, and I have our red and our green peppers, and I want just a little spice, so I'm going to cut my Scotch bonnet. Okay, I'm going to remove this part here, oops, because that's where the seeds are. I'll use that for something else. And I'm just gonna smash my Scotch bonnet in like this so we can have like a nice heat, okay? Not too spicy. Oh my God, these smell, well, you can't smell it, but the Scotch bonnet smells amazing. So we're gonna allow this to cook for maybe a minute more. And then I'll come back and show you. All right, guys, here's our fabulous, I almost said turkey, our chicken, guys. Our roasted chicken is looking excellent. I did sneak a taste. I took a piece from the bottom. It is nice and tender and also tasty. Here's our fabulous sauce. You can pour it over it, or you can just take a piece and put it on your portion that you're going to eat. Until next time, please like, comment. Do not forget to subscribe. Delicious.